Trump's schedule. 10:30 a.m., President Donald Trump will receive his daily intelligence briefing in the Oval Office. 11 a.m., Trump will hold a listening session with the Fraternal Order of Police in the Roosevelt Room. 2 p.m., Trump will sign an energy independence executive order at the Environmental Protection Agency. 4 p.m., Trump will meet with Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly in the Oval Office. 7 p.m., Trump will host a reception for senators and their spouses in the East Room. Other happenings: Vice President Mike Pence is hitting the Hill to meet with lawmakers. Sean Spicer will brief the press at the White House at 1 p.m. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos and Ian Trump will visit the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum this morning at 9:45 a.m. to talk STEM education. Trump's Twitter this morning: big announcement by Ford today. Major investment will be made in 3 Michigan plants. Car companies coming back to U.S. jobs. Watch it, folks. Sad friends now on Odessa and Russia. And last night, Trump took to Twitter to declare Trump-Russia story is a hoax. Coming today, from the Washington Post, Julia Telford and Brady Dennis, President Trump will take the most significant step yet, obliterating his predecessor's environmental record Tuesday, instructing federal regulators to rewrite key rules curbing U.S. carbon emissions. The sweeping executive order also seeks to lift the moratorium on federal coal leasing and remove the requirement that federal officials consider the impact of climate change when making decisions. The order sends an unmistakable signal that just as President Barack Obama sought to weave climate considerations into every aspect of the federal government, Trump is hoping to rip that approach out by its roots. Spending cuts. From Politico pros Helena Bodimirovic and Sarah Ferris, President Donald Trump doesn't want to wait until next year to slash government spending on everything from education to mental health programs. The White House is asking Congress to cut $18 billion from discretionary spending bills for the current fiscal year that have been long settled, a move that could threaten a major showdown just a month ahead of the deadline to keep the government funded. Speaking of spending, Politico's Berger Everett and Rachel Bade, congressional Republicans might deliver some more bad news for President Donald Trump, fresh off their embarrassing failure to scrap Obamacare. No new money is coming to build his wall. Trump hoped to jumpstart construction of a massive wall on the U.S.-Mexico border with money in a must-pass government funding bill. But Democratic leaders are vowing to block any legislation that includes a single penny for the wall. SCOTUS update. Trouble ahead. From Politico's Sumint and Deanna Shore, Supreme Court nominee for such as half of 60 votes is rapidly closing, setting the stage for a nuclear showdown in the Senate as soon as next week. Senior Democratic sources are now increasingly confident that Gorsuch can't clear a filibuster, saying his ceiling is likely meant to cover 50s on the key procedural vote. That would mark the first successful filibuster of the Supreme Court nominee since for Chief Justice in the 1960s. This issue seems to be the latest reminder of an uncomfortable question for the White House: why would any Democrat cooperate with them? Trump lost the popular vote, is under multiple investigations, has basement-level approval ratings, is signing executive actions that outrage the liberal base, and has done almost no serious outreach to Democrats.